Trying to figure out the settings on this camera has proven quite difficult for me. I never really understood how many settings were going to be on this new camera. I'm coming from a point and shoot and going into something that is a lot more adjustable. I figured out something about the white balance that I wasn't doing before, and I learned this cool little trick on the internet about how to adjust it almost perfectly every single time, and that has made a very, very large difference for the better since I've started doing that. So you see those 3700 boxes that I have there? Those are the open compartment ones, and I've been using those ones for probably about 2 or so years. I've been accumulating them over 2 years at least, and I've been using them to store my soft plastics when I go fishing. The issue that I'm running into now is that it's become really clunky, so I'm gonna change it again for like the 50th time since I've been bass fishing. I told you guys that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Well, this is stuff that I do seems like on a fairly regular basis. Sterilite boxes, you can get these at Walmart for like $3.50 a piece. And you can see down there, I've got a couple of more. I've had those before. I've actually had those two down there for a long time. I got a couple more because I moved all of the stuff that I had inside those 3700 boxes back into these, and now those are empty. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. I mean, I've got almost 10 3700 open compartment boxes that there's no way I'm gonna have any use for those. So I'm gonna probably throw those up in the attic. So I put all of my, you can see all of my Zoom stuff is in here now. These both just house Zoom stuff now. So these are like the Zoom craws, like the Z-Hogs. And these are all the worms and flukes and stuff like that. So all of the trick worms, flukes like I already said, mag worms like old monsters and stuff like that. And when I used to fish on foot, like bank fish and stuff, I used to always carry a backpack. And whenever I went fishing, I would just throw what I needed into the backpack. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get back to. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just call from these two boxes whenever I go fishing. And just, you know, if I know I'm going to a particular body of water that I'm familiar with and say, hey, you know, I know that they bite on that Z-Hog and black sapphire color, I'll just make sure I bring, you know, a couple bags of those. But this was essentially what I was bringing with me in my boat, and it was just, the boat can handle it. I can't handle it. It's just, it was becoming just too hard for me to move everything around. On the water with the trolling motor, it was fine. It wasn't an issue, but I'm thinking that streamlining this process a little bit is going to help me out a lot. You can see this battery back here while we're up here. This is my 8 amp hour worker battery that I had or that I have obviously for my kayak. This is for my Lowrance. The damn thing broke the other day. You see that tab on there just actually came off after about 2 years of having this. It's a perfect battery. It holds a charge, works for 5-6 hours out on the water. It's perfect. And now it's junk because that stupid tab broke off. Man. Anyway, I'm glad that I'm changing away from the open compartment boxes, because the open compartment boxes, as organized as they were very organized. It was a pain in the ass getting to the base that I needed to, having to thumb through, you know, 10 different boxes, and then in each box going through the different baits that I needed to, all the different colors and stuff like that. I've always brought the stuff that I needed for every situation, and I'm glad that that's over. So, word to anybody out there that is getting into vlogging or doing any kind of YouTube stuff and you have a new camera, if you get a shotgun mic and you want to start talking on video, make sure you turn the shotgun mic on, or else you're going to have complete silence in your video. The boy and I are heading up to the store. I figured we're in late spring, I guess. Late spring, because it's May 1st. We're in late spring. It's about time to go and do some flipping and pitching. And I noticed that the weeds are starting to get really, really overgrown at the bodies of water that I fish at frequently. So you guys know that my 775, my flipping stick that I have, doesn't have any line on it right now. So we're gonna go get some braided line for that right now. 5 gum. Rain. That's the best gum in the world. you think Five Gum does any bass fishing sponsorships? I should take this time to talk a little bit about the lure review plans. I have, after last week, 34 reviews. 7 frog reviews to do, 14 topwater reviews to do, 7 and 7 of each of walking baits and poppers. 6 crankbait reviews, 5 ripbait reviews, 2 lipless crankbait reviews, and a partridge in a pear tree. I've done a few crankbait reviews in my last few reviews, and since we're into May now, we're pretty much getting into that prime topwater lure season. I'm thinking that it's an appropriate time of year to do the reviews for the topwater stuff. So I'm gonna move away from the crankbait stuff and go into the topwater baits. I think I'm gonna start out with, because I think it's a little early for where I am for the frogs. It's not, the water temperature is not quite in the low 70s. And low 70s is when they really start hitting that frog consistently, and I think we're in the mid to high 60s as far as water temperature here in my area. So I'm thinking we'll do the hard baits, the topwater hard baits first. Maybe the Chuggin' Spook. That's that one with the cupped mouth. Maybe the Yellow Magic Popper. What are you doing? Sportsman's Warehouse. I usually like to go to Phil's Propeller, right? Phil's Propeller up in Shasta Lake City, but it's a little bit of a ways to get up there, and all I need is this braided line. So we're gonna go in here to Sportsman's Warehouse and get that braided line. £65 Power Pro. Wonder how that P-line stuff is.
I like water buffaloes.
And I got this Daiwa braid.
I like water buffaloes.
You do?
This
Let's go, dude.
is
GoPro stuff. Think there's anything there that I need? Well, I got my braided line. Probably go home and put it on and work on that lure review, I'm thinking. Really like to get 2 done. I don't know if I'm going to put them out today. I'll probably put them out like on Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that and space them maybe a day or 2 apart. Got it done. There's the Power Pro 65-pound braid. And here it is on the Lose Tournament MG. Or MB, I'm sorry. MB. Pretty exciting when I finally lace into one with this rod for the first time in 2016. Haven't done it yet. Maybe we'll get one today. I don't want to forget to mention that on my line that I backed it with that Maxima monofilament that I use for my crankbait rods. I backed it with like 20 yards or so of that, and then filled the rest of the spool up with the 65-pound braided line that we just bought. Getting on to the end of the day here, my son and I just got done testing out a couple lures for the lure review. Got some good objective feedback, and we ended up settling on the Yellow Magic Magnum poppers. That's that 3/8. That might even be a ½ ounce popper right there. But I had a lot of questions on this popper, so a lot of people asking, hey, you know, when are you going to do that popper review? So that one's coming up next. And then I also have we settled on the Head and Chuggin' Spook. Very different in my experience versus the original spooks. So like I said, some good objective feedback. I gotta make dinner for the wife now. She's on her way home. Hopefully I can get that done before she gets here. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. I'm just throwing stuff together. flying by the seat of my vintage pants. We'll see what happens. I'll catch you guys next time.